Taurus, welcome to your February 2021 reading. So Taurus, would it make it any better if I told you you were headed towards a lot of success? Aquarius season's quite intense. There's been a lot of sharp aspects to your sign, to your first house. You've had Uranus in there and Mars in there. And you're probably feeling kind of tired. You're probably feeling like, is this all worth it? Is this ever going to work out? Is this worth what I'm doing? Is this worth my time? Is this worth my effort? When you put out good effort into the world, when you put good, solid commitment to something, it will pay off. Even if that thing doesn't come to fruition the way you wanted it to, you're still putting out a lot of good karma. And it's going to echo back to you at some point. And when it does, it will set you free from this way of restrictive and obstructive thinking where you feel kind of trapped and kind of stuck in a feeling of heaviness. And it will set you free to have good times with people that you love. It will set you free to commit to somebody that you love. It will set you free to connect. I'm filming this under the full moon in Leo, and for you, Taurus, it's putting a lot of emphasis on the past and family, and you might be feeling a little bit nostalgic, but you still have to push forward in your career a little bit. Your passions are calling. Your calling is calling. Destiny is calling. Page of Wands, the Emperor, and Judgment. You can make a lot of progression in February in terms of your success, your goals, and your aspirations. Page of Wands, the Emperor, and Judgment. You are disciplined to learning how to level up in business, how to perfect your craft, how to get the experience. You've learned a lot of tough lessons about your career, about work, and what it takes to progress further, or what it takes to be respected. And where somebody who is in a lesser authority than you, a lesser position than you, is calling you out for something that they've been doing, you're probably going to want to erupt. But all of that is going to come out against them, Taurus. Let people talk themselves into their own trap. Page of Wands, the Emperor, and Judgment. You have a big calling in February to make real change, to lead, to show people how it's done. To have a stellium in your 10th house is a rare, rare gift that may feel challenging, because the 10th house is always challenging. It's always a square. It's a feeling of friction. And it's a feeling of friction because you have to work for it, and sometimes you have to sacrifice. And what you have to sacrifice is probably your desire to erupt on some people. But if you stay true to yourself, if you stay true to your own interests, if you focus on your money and you focus on your reputation, you'll do really well in February. You will do so well. And by the time we get to Pisces season, you start seeing a lot of dreams come true, especially in matters of the heart, especially in matters of love, where current love can be rekindled, old love can return, or just about any relationship can be worked on, especially if it's with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Because in that department, when you've conquered a lot of goals in your career life, you're feeling successful, and that's when you're ready to put the most effort and the most graft into romance. And if you're looking for romance and you've been waiting a long time, there it is. It could be pretty long term. It's funny, I actually had a dream I think it was a couple of weeks ago about a Taurus friend. Another thing, you're moving away from feeling on the outside looking in business. I don't know what that means, but it means something. I had a dream about a Taurus friend, and I had in the dream, my videos and my dreams are starting to mix. I had this dream that I was reading her tarot cards, and I pulled the Ace of Cups. So if it comes out in this reading, I'm going to freak out. But I pulled the Ace of Cups for her and said that love was on the way. And I just feel like for a lot of single Taurus, it seems to be something significant. And I feel like it's Pisces season. There is a change in the tides. There is some news, possibly somebody that you meet online, or possibly somebody that's been watching you from afar and wants to talk. And if you're in a relationship, it feels like a rekindling to me. So take it as it resonates. Some ships are coming in. Let's see what we have for Taurus in February. Oh. 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Swords, and 9 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the World. You're on top of the world. I love it. And underneath we have the Chariot. My, the World with the King of Cups and the Lovers. Well, Taurus. Wouldn't you like a lucky hand? Well, here it is. The World, the King of Cups, and the Lovers. For some of you, not all of you, because I don't want to make a generic promise, but for, I would say, most of you, karmically speaking, in love, you're turning a corner. You're moving on to the next level. You are progressing. You are finding somebody worth your time. You're finding someone very important. You're finding someone who gives you a lot of good feelings, a lot of room to maneuver. You're finding somebody who really feels familiar. You're finding somebody who feels like the one. For a lot of you, this is a wish come true. But the King of Cups and the Lovers, that's a beautiful connection. Sometimes the World comes up when we're ready to graduate. You know, we're ready to level up and move to the next level. We've been through the learning stage in university and we're ready to go out into the real world. And that's not to say that learning ever stops, because nothing just stops at the destination we want to go at. We have to keep moving. And so a lot of people, they idealize love so much in their head that when they get there and they find it, they stop working towards it. They stop maintaining it. But I don't think you'll make that mistake. For a lot of you, this Aquarian season is telling you that you want to move up in your career. You want to ask for a promotion. You want to retire, maybe. Some of you want to travel. God love you if that's the case, because I don't know when that's going to happen. But with the World, the King of Cups, and the Lovers, there is a beautiful energy of finally it's here. And I don't mean that to sound flippant, but your cards are giving a very clear story. With the Wheel of Fortune, the challenge, the thing that was working against you all this time was some kind of karmic lesson. Perhaps it was Saturn. For a lot of you, with Saturn squaring your sun or moving through your 10th house, part of you feels very cautious, part of you feels very pessimistic, part of you feels like you're questioning your destiny, you're questioning the bigger picture. But there's so much energy out in front of you in your career, way ahead of Saturn, to really get it going. Saturn's going to fine-tune everything, so everything that's expanding for you at the moment is going to need a little bit of review later. But as we progress towards Pisces season and Venus, your ruler, moves into your sector of wishes and aspirations, if you could have a relationship with somebody, who would it be? If you could change your relationship to meet what it is that you think you want, what would that look like? What would that entail? What would it require? There's a moment here, Taurus, for you to make a wish. When Mars is in your sign, you're ready to stick up for yourself, you're ready to assert yourself, you have a bit of boldness with you, a bit of boldness to pursue something, to pursue someone, to pursue a dream. With the Chariot and the Six of Wands underneath, you're ready for it. You're just ready to be more successful, and at times it can feel like too much. You might start feeling like opportunities are landing in your lap and you're thinking, do I really deserve this? Am I really qualified for this? With Saturn in the 10th, I have to say, I feel for a lot of you that there is a feeling of imposter syndrome. And maybe you think that your newfound success or your aspirations is going to limit your ability to find love. No, actually, the more that you're going after what it is that you want, the more you're in alignment with the type of person you need. I think you're ready for a little bit of love. To be honest, with the all tied up, the walking away and the community card, a lot of you are walking away from an old way of feeling, an old way of reacting, an old way of staying stagnant, whether that's by staying quiet, whether that's by keeping your feelings to yourself, whether that's by keeping yourself in isolation. You know, I don't mean that in terms of this pandemic world, I mean that emotionally, isolating yourself. You're walking away from this feeling of being trapped, because I see it here. The Two of Swords, you've been feeling kind of stuck. I think physically you've been feeling stuck where you are. A lot of you just want to move, you want to travel, you want to expand. Some of you are in long distance relationships and you're just wondering, when is luck going to turn? Probably March. Pisces season seems to have a lot to offer you, but with the World card here, you're coming out of Aquarius season with some kind of success under your belt that's giving you the confidence, it's giving you the money, it's giving you the grace, it's giving you the connections, it's giving you that uplifting feeling of, wow, I'm actually appreciated here. And if they can see it, if people around me can see it, then I'm in the vibration of somebody that can love me for it. The Nine of Cups, you're making a wish. You're wishing on the moon, you're wishing on the stars, you're wishing on the sky, you're wishing in a journal, you're making a wish. And some kind of wish is coming true here. That Nine of Cups is popping up for a few people, I've noticed. And with Aquarius season, Aquarius energy is actually the energy of wishes and aspirations and ideals. And because of the Sun-Jupiter conjunction that, again, I'm filming this under, for you, Taurus, it lighting up your sector of success, well, then it's only natural that certain things would start to fall into place for you, and certain things would start to come true, and certain things would start to develop. And if it's requiring you to maybe walk away from some friendships or some organizations or some communities that just aren't fitting for you so that you can find ones that do, that's okay. Consider it a leveling up. If you have to make a change or you've had any tricky changes happening, it's because it wants you to level up. It wants to break away what's no longer working. Saturn versus Uranus. Be bold. Saturn versus Uranus. In terms of the old way of succeeding and doing things, it's about your way. It's your way. Uranus and Taurus is giving you that revolution, that energy upgrade. And it's going to make you feel bold, but it's also going to show you just how much you can do in the face of some kind of social adversary or some kind of social restriction. It's going to show you just how much you can do even with things like that stacked against you. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. We also have the Peace card. There is no need to worry as everything is working out beautifully. I think for a lot of you, that's for those of you that are in a relationship and there's tough times. Kuan Yin, compassion, release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light within everybody. And the Sekhmet, be strong. You're stronger than you think and your strength assures a happy outcome. That looks about right to me. The Lovers is such a beautiful card with the World because sometimes I associate that with the one or somebody who's so significant in your life. A chapter has ended and you're ready for this new beginning with somebody. And it doesn't have to be somebody entirely new, but it could be. I think Taurus, you just, with that Saturn-Uranus conjunction, that square that's going on this month, you will surprise yourself. You will surprise yourself. You might not see the results right away, but they're coming. And even if you feel like you were at some point rejected by a job or an air sign, a Libra, an Aquarius, or a Gemini, the new moon in Aquarius is going to give you an opportunity to manifest something much more reciprocal and something that feels quite magical and makes you glad that you kept going and that you persevered. And as we shift from Aquarius season to Pisces season, there's new seeds to be planted, as well as certain things coming to fruition. I think for a lot of you, you're calling into your life a love that feels safe emotionally. You feel on the same page, you feel secure, they're emotionally mature. They're not somebody who runs away from their feelings. They're not somebody who runs away from love. They're not somebody who runs away when the going gets tough. And likely for some of you, it's somebody that makes you very glad it didn't work out with somebody else. And for those of you in relationships where there has been a bit of friction, it would surprise you what you can rekindle or what you can work out. And for those of you just out of something that feel like everything is stacked against you, just wait. If you want to join me in the extended Taurus, it is linked below. I hope you have a wonderful February, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.